Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we have a little bit of a haul to go through. It's been a solid 2.5, close to 3 months since I've been able to get on here and really show you guys any newer products, so I'm sure you can imagine over the course of that time I've picked up a few things along the way. So I wanted to sit down and go through all those with you, just to give you a little bit of a heads up. It's quite a bit of stuff. I pick up things as I see things I like, and over the course of 3 months, turns out that was quite a bit. It was kind of an eye-opening experience for me because I didn't realize just how much stuff I was picking up in such a short time frame. So moving forward in 2020, I do want to be a little more conscious of the stuff that I am buying as far as makeup is concerned. I have more than enough product as it is. I don't need to keep picking up stuff just because I want it. I need to, exercise some self-control in that area. So this will be the last haul video for a while, but again, it is quite a bit, so hang tight. We're going to go ahead and get started. There are several products in here that I picked up, I don't know, I would say probably back in the end of the summertime, really, right as I started my school semester, just because I haven't really had time to film since then. So I said 2 or 3 months, but really some of this is from even before then. It's just stuff I really didn't get a chance to feature on my channel yet. So that's probably why this seems like a lot. Okay, the first item that I'm going to share with you I picked up just recently. I did get a gift card for Christmas, and I was able to use it at Sephora. So I picked up the Shiseido Waso Poreless Matte Primer. I did use this for today's look underneath my foundation. So far, I really enjoy this primer. It's, leaves your skin very matte feeling. It is blurring, and it's really good for somebody that has an oily skin type like I do. So if you're somebody struggling with oily skin, or you're looking for something to help mattify your foundation or help your makeup last a little bit longer, I really do like this. I think that it's a good product. So if you haven't already, check it out. I did tell myself I wasn't going to be buying a whole bunch of primers. If you guys saw my most recent video decluttering primers, I got rid of probably 35, which is insane. So I'm really trying not to pick up too many of those, but that one really spoke to me. And around Black Friday, Farsali had I think it was like a 50% off sale. And I've really wanted to try this for a long time, so I did pick up the Skin Tune Blur. This is a very small bottle. I think it's this is only 0.34 ounces, so it's really small, just enough to kind of give you an idea of what it's like. I think I paid $15 for this, which is better than 25 or 30 or however much it was. So I did grab this as well. Some other stuff that I got around Black Friday. Pat McGrath Labs was having a crazy sale on their lipsticks. Normally her lipsticks are, I want to say they're $30-some a piece, which is utter insanity. But on Black Friday she was selling them for $10 a piece, so I did grab 2. This is what the packaging looks like. It's very, very luxury. It's very sturdy, very solid metal. And then I did grab 2 nude shades. This one is the shade Valletta, I think is how you say that. So I grabbed this one. This one is in the shade Realness. And that's what that looks like. And this is the one that I'm actually wearing on my lips right now. I do really like these lipsticks. I think they're a little bit drying. They're her Luxe Strengths formula. So if you are considering picking up this specific formula of lipstick from Pat McGrath, I recommend putting down something moisturizing on your lips before you go in with this, because otherwise it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little drying. It can kind of skip when you go to put it on. I put on a lip conditioner before I went in with this, and it worked a lot better for me that way. So, little tip for you there if you do have this or you're considering picking it up. They are good lipsticks. I don't think they're $30-some good, so got it on sale. Okay, one more thing that I got around Black Friday. I'm not sure if it was on Black Friday or if it was like the week of all the Black Friday deals, but I did pick up the big box of lippy pencils from ColourPop. This has 40 different lip pencils in it. So any color that I would ever need or could ever imagine is in this box of lip pencils. I really did get this for a good price. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for this, but I want to say it was half off its full price, so I did get a good deal on it. I'm glad I picked it up. I actually went on the outside today of my lips. I used the shade Another Round, and then I filled in with that Pat McGrath lipstick. So if you have been considering picking up some of ColourPop's lippy pencils, they are really good. They do help keep your lipstick on longer. They're really creamy. Sometimes I'll fill in my lips entirely with these instead of going in with a lipstick, and I really do like them. So, you know, I don't think this was a bad purchase. Don't know if I really needed 40 lip pencils, but I've got them. Okay, something that's not makeup related that I'm so stoked that I picked this up, and I'm going to buy more when I run out of this. This is the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Honey Moisture Leave-In Conditioning Mask. This is like their limited edition version of their original formula. Their original formula is something that I use all the time anyway. Briogeo has a very good hair care line. This one in particular is just a really good conditioning mask. When I use this, I only use it like once a week, 2 times maybe, so this will last me quite a while. And this stuff is pretty pricey. I think it's $32 for a bottle of this, but it lasts me like, I don't know, 4 months or so, which to me is really good. But it makes your hair smell amazing. If you've been thinking about picking this up and you're not sure, the reviews on Sephora are amazing on this, so I'm really glad that I grabbed it, and I do agree with them. It's really good stuff. Something else that I grabbed that was not makeup related is the Lancome Skincare Dream. Now, I really didn't need everything that was in this package, but the Advanced Genifique, this serum, this is something that has really transformed my skin as far as texture is concerned. I do have a lot of skin issues, and as I've, you know, been aging, more and more skin issues start popping up. So this has really helped to smooth out my skin. I feel like it's helped with some of my age spots. It's helped with some of the fine lines. This set was originally $78, but it went on sale at Sephora. And then I want to say I bought this when I had it was $25 off a $75 purchase or something like that. So I got a really good deal on this. Not to mention, this bottle of Advanced Genifique cost just as much as this entire box does. So I really did get a good deal on this. I got a bunch of extras in here, and I got the serum that I love. So this was a wonderful purchase for me, and I'm glad I bought it. So I did pick up the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. This was something that Ulta offered as like a free gift for the birthday month of November for this past year. And it's something that I hadn't actually tried before, so I figured why not give it a try and see what I think about it. I don't even think I've tried it yet, but I will. I will try it in a future video and let you guys know what I think about it. Another foundation that I picked up is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation. This is one that is good for oily skin or combo skin because it is mattifying. I do really like this one so far. I've wore it quite a few times. I actually really enjoy mixing this one. Good experiences with this so far, and you know, I plan to continue using quite a bit of it. Another foundation that I grabbed was the Zoeva Authentic Skin Foundation. This one is supposed to be a luminous foundation, and actually if you look at the bottle, it looks just like the Anastasia Beverly Hills luminous foundation bottle. This one, I don't know, I wasn't totally thrilled about it, but luminous foundations are not always the best for me because I do have oily skin, so I am going to work with this more in the future to see how I can get it to work, but, you know, my first impressions of this one were not, this is not my favorite foundation, let's just put it that way. This is one that I actually grabbed from the dollar store. This is the Believe Beauty Foundation, so I think I paid like $5 for this one. This is something that Allie Glines had recommended, and, you know, I fell for that trap. I went and got it. I don't know, it's okay, but I think she has more dry skin, so it makes more sense for her to like something like this. This was just something that was okay for me. Alright, and then the last foundation in here is something that was sent to me from Influencer and Jane Airedale. This is their Beyond Matte Liquid Foundation. So if you've never heard of Influencer before, it is a company that will send products. I guess they team up with different brands, and then they send products and in exchange for your honest review. I've received this. I received a powder foundation from Makeup Forever, and I also received a toner once from Ole Henriksen. So I think it's a good, you know, company to be affiliated with if you are interested in receiving products to review for, you know, testing purposes. I've been signed up with them now for about a year, and I've received 3 products, so not too shabby. I mean, it's free. You just have to review it. The foundation itself is okay. It's not my favorite foundation, but I'm a foundation snob. I've tried a lot, so I'm just a little bit picky, but this is good. It's definitely not a bad foundation. It's matte. It's a little bit drying, but it does wear longer than like a natural foundation or a luminous foundation. So I don't know, if you're looking for something that's heavily skincare influenced, because that's what this is, then you might really like this foundation from Jane Iredale. I did pick up a couple of concealers during this time frame as well. One of them was the Cover FX Power Play Concealer, and I grabbed this because I do have the Power Play foundation, and I really did like it. This isn't a bad concealer, but I almost would rather wear this as a foundation, like putting a little bit on my face and just blending it all over. It's not that it covers bad, because it doesn't. It does have pretty good coverage to it. It's just something that really blows me away. Nothing really stands out to me about this that would make me purchase it again. But it's not bad, and I will continue to use it. And then the other concealer is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. This is pretty good stuff. This is very hydrating. It doesn't leave my under eyes looking crepey. It does cover really well, and this is super affordable. So if you're looking for a hydrating concealer that's not going to break the bank, try out the ColourPop Pretty Fresh. It's pretty good. Alright, I did pick up several blushes while I was on this little break. The first one kind of blew me away a little bit. It really surprised me in terms of like how well it worked for me and how much I liked it. I went through this phase there for like, I don't know, 3 weeks, where I was looking for the perfect red blush or bright berry blush. I don't know what got me on the kick of looking for something like that, but I like the idea of having those really bright, rosy, pink cheeks like you just came in from being outside in the cold. So I did pick up the Makeup Revolution Matte Blush. This one is in the shade New Rules. And this one is hella scary when you look at it in the pan, because it is bright reddish pink. But it's beautiful. It's the one that I'm wearing today. I did use this in another video that you guys should be seeing coming soon. But it's just beautiful. You have to be really careful with how hard you dip your brush in this pan, because if you go in hard, you're going to look like a clown before it's all said and done. You just have to be very light-handed about this. There is no building this up. As soon as you go in, you're going to have a lot of pigment on your brush, so just be really careful, and as long as you're really light-handed, it's beautiful. So, really do like this. I'm so glad that I decided to pick this up. Another blush that I grabbed was the Buxom Wanderlust blush in the shade Mykonos. I already had the shade Dolly, and I really loved it. Mykonos is more of like a light peachy pink shade, and it's beautiful. I love the way they smell. They have this very distinct... It almost reminds me of like the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Almost. It almost has this like cocoa buttery scent to it. I don't know how to explain it, but these are just a beautiful formula. They blend very beautifully on the skin, and they look really nice on. So if you haven't jumped on that train with the Wanderlust blushes from Buxom, highly suggest you try one. Another blush that I grabbed was from Tarte. This is their Natural Beauty Blush. That's the shade. It's their Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush formula. And again, this was when I was going through the whole pinky red phase where I was looking for that perfect blush. This is another one that would kind of blew me away. It's really beautiful. And, you know, I love Tarte's Amazonian Clay blushes to begin with, because they are really pretty. And they wear really nicely. They last a while. And they blend beautifully. So this was another good find. I picked up 2 of the ColourPop Super Shock Cheeks. This one is in the shade Oh She's Blushing. Again, we got that really bright corally pink color. This one's really pretty. I think I've used it once, so I still need to play a little bit more with this to see my full thoughts on it, but I do really like it. You just have to be very careful with how much you're using. And then the next one is in the shade Stop It. This one, it has more of a orange undertone to it, but it is beautiful. And I really do like the Super Shock Cheek formula from ColourPop. They're very inexpensive blushes, and they wear really nicely. Now, these 3 are Amazonian Clay 12-Hour blushes from Tarte, but they're all little, like, deluxe sizes. I actually received these from Ipsy. Ipsy chose to send me 1, and then I picked 2 more as add-ons because I think they were like $3 a piece, and that is a steal for these. So I have the shade Shimma and Shake. This one is more of like a, I don't know how to describe this, like a brownish peach color, which is usually not my thing, but I really do like it. It's really pretty. And then we have the shade Kisses. This one is one of those like orangey pink duochrome blushes, but it's still really beautiful. And then last but not least, we have the shade Party Dress. And this one again is a darker kind of pink, more of like a pinkish brown, but it's still beautiful, still really pretty. So this time was also the time of bronzers. I've had a slight obsession with bronzers, and I've picked up quite a few. So the first one that I grabbed was the Makeup Revolution. Let's see, it's their Reloaded bronzers in the shade Long Weekend. This is actually really pretty. It pulls a little bit orange, so you gotta be careful if you're gonna be putting these on the cheeks. Go in light-handed. Sometimes I tone this down with a more neutral colored bronzer or a more cool toned bronzer, but it is beautiful and I really do like this. Plus, Makeup Revolution is super affordable. Another one that I grabbed was the Too Faced Sun Bunny bronzer. Their packaging on these kills me. They're so pretty. But the formula is really nice. The only thing about this one is it pulls a little bit orange on me. I specifically bought this one because I saw Allie Glines use it, and when she used it, it pulled a beautiful, like, pinky bronze shade on her, and I thought for sure it was going to do the same on my skin tone. I'm very fair-skinned like Allie is, but this pulled a little more orange on me, so it's not that I don't like it, but it's not something that I'll wear all the time. And I do try to tone this one down a little bit too with a little bit more of like a neutral bronzer. I just don't like really orange cheeks. Not trying to look like an Oompa Loompa. Another bronzer that I picked up was from Becca Cosmetics. This is their Sunlit bronzer in the shade Capri Coast. And it looks like that. I am actually wearing this one today on my cheeks. I really don't know what influenced me to buy this. I feel like I was watching Jamie Page, and she was going on and on and on about the Sunlit bronzers, and I thought, you know what? I feel like I got this on sale. I want to say this was on sale at Ulta at some point or another, so I went ahead and grabbed it, and it is really beautiful. It's got a sheen to it, it warms up your skin, makes you look sun-kissed, and I really like it, so I'm glad I picked it up. 2 more bronzers. This one, my dear friend Elaine, where I work, influenced me to buy this. She was going on and on about the Hourglass bronzers. I couldn't remember exactly which shade she told me she usually buys, but the full-size version of these Hourglass bronzers is insane. I think they're like $52 a piece. I was not going to splurge and buy a $52 bronzer. So I got the miniature version. This one is in the shade Luminous Bronze Light. And while I do like this one also pulls a little orangey on me. So I just have to be careful with how much I'm using, and you know, I can neutralize it with another bronzer. So not that I don't like it, it's a little on the orange side for me. This is the Milk Makeup Bronzing Stick and Baked. I really do like this. This one does not pull to orange. It is a cream formula, so I like being able to blend it. It does blend really easily. It wears for a long time. I didn't get the full-size version of this because I've heard so many people say that it lasts too long. Like, they'll never go through that size, plus it's really expensive. So I got the mini, and I feel like this is perfect for my collection because I don't need a full size of anything at this point. Really do like this. Alright, we're almost done. We got a few more products here. I know this was crazy. I picked up a bunch of eyeshadows from JD Glow Cosmetics right around my birthday, so the beginning of November or end of October. I picked up a bunch of their Galaxy shadows, actually, because I just realized I didn't show all these either. So I picked all of these up from JD Glow Cosmetics. It's their Galaxy shadow collection. I don't think I grabbed all of them, but I grabbed quite a few. These shadows are out of this world. They're amazing. They're super shimmery. They look just something special on your eyes. Right now, I have the shade Good God as my inner corner highlight. And I've used quite a few of these already with different eye looks. And each time I'm blown away with the quality and how amazing they look. And they're just different. So if you haven't already tried JD Glow Cosmetics, well, I've got them in a ColourPop palette. But if you haven't already tried JD Glow Cosmetics and you're thinking about it, I promise that you won't regret it when you pick these up. They are fantastic. But the reason why I talked about those is because I did grab a highlighter from them. This highlighter is something serious. This one is called Saxon Fifth, and it looks like this. It's this really crazy loud, shimmery yellow, white. I don't know how to explain it. I'm just going to show you. So it's a very chunky formula. very thick. So I'm going to try to put this on my hand here so you guys can see it. If you guys will be able to see this or not. Oh yeah. It is stunning. It does emphasize a little bit of texture. It is so pretty. Glad I picked that up. The next highlighter that I grabbed was from Becca Cosmetics. This is their Pure Pearl highlighter. This is like a limited edition formula. And when I saw this on the Ulta website, I grabbed it. I just thought it looked beautiful. It's a very beautiful, like, light pink shade. It's what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. And I think this was a good purchase. I really do like it. And then last but not least with the highlighters, I did grab the Jaclyn Cosmetics, the Flash palette. And I'm sure anyone that's into makeup has already seen this palette, but I'm going to show it anyway. This is what it looks like. And I really, really like this. When you put them on the cheeks, they don't look real heavy. They don't look ashy. It doesn't overemphasize texture. It just looks like a beautifully highlighted skin. I really love these. And I've used all 4 shades in this palette. The only one that really gives me any kind of trouble is this lightest shade Gleam. It's almost too light, which I didn't think that was possible because I'm pretty fair-skinned. But it's almost too light because it's blinding. But they're all really beautiful shades, so I'm really glad that I grabbed this. I think the quality of these is top-notch, and I feel like Jaclyn really did it right with this launch. She did a good job with these. Alright, we got a couple more products and we are finished. This was exhausting. On my eyes today, I am wearing the e.l.f. Luxe Lash Kit in Starstruck. So, I am so surprised at how easily these applied, how good they look on. I'm not somebody that usually wears false lashes a whole lot because I struggle to put them on. And because I have really hooded eyes, so sometimes it just looks really stupid. But I like these. I think they're very lightweight. They're not bothering me. They feel really comfortable. And I think they look really nice. Plus, I feel like these were $4? $5? They were super cheap. I grabbed another pair. This one is in the style Winged and Polished. These are a little bit more large and in charge than the ones I have on now. The ones I have on now are just a little bit more natural looking, but they're very long in length. So they're definitely not natural, but they don't look so outrageous that I feel like I wouldn't wear them out and about. This is such a good alternative if you're looking for something that's affordable, if you're still learning how to put on lashes. Give the e.l.f. lashes a try. They're really not bad. I did pick up a pair of lashes from ColourPop. This is in the style Dame. These are a little loud for me. I'm still going to end up wearing them at some point, but when I went to try to put them on with this look that I'm wearing today, I just felt like the lashes overtook my entire eye space. Like you couldn't see anything when I tried to put them on. So, we'll see. I mean, these are pretty inexpensive as well. I think these were $6. And they don't look bad. It's the second time I've thrown those on the floor. So, they're just going to live there now. Okay, moving along. I picked up a couple products from Glossier. I picked up their Brow Flick. I heard Kathleen Lights talking about this, and I do love the Urban Decay Brow Blade. So I figured this was probably a very close dupe to that, and this one is cheaper. I think this one's $16. And I do like it, but I feel like it's already losing its pigment, and I haven't had it that long. Same concept. It's got the, I don't know if it's a felt tip or what this is, but it's almost like a marker, and you can put those little hair strokes at the front of your brow. That's basically all I use it for. So I do really like it for that purpose. I'm just hoping that this ink doesn't run out too soon because, you know, that would suck. And then I also grabbed the Glossier Boy Brow. I've heard so many people talk about this for a very long time now. And it's okay. Like, the spoolie on this reminds me a lot of the Gimme Brow. But I don't think there's any fibers in this. It's just tinted brow gel. So it's nothing really outstanding in my opinion. Like, you can get a tinted brow gel from the drugstore for cheaper. So it's not bad. It's just not something I've been reaching for. Alright, we got 3 more products and they are palettes. So, 2 of those palettes are ColourPop. ColourPop must have released 20 palettes during the past 4 months. I mean, it's been something insane. So the two that I grabbed from ColourPop was the Flutter By palette. I grabbed this one because it's mauve tones and it's just cool neutrals. It's the one I'm actually wearing on my eyes today. It is a really gorgeous palette. I'm glad I picked it up. I don't regret grabbing it. If you're not somebody that's familiar with ColourPop, these are so inexpensive. They're $12 a piece and they're beautiful. So I'm excited about that one. I also grabbed the Good as Gold palette. I think this was more or less like their New Year's themed palette. It's so beautiful, but some of the shades were a little too soft in the pan, to the point where I emailed ColourPop and was like, wait a minute, what's going on? Because I would push down in the pan and it would like smush to one side, and I don't ever recall even their Super Shock formula doing it to that extent. But that's pretty much the reply that they gave me, that, you know, it's supposed to do that, and yeah, I'm kind of dealing with it. One of them I had to push back into place because it was so soft it was mushed to one side of the pan when I got it. It is a really beautiful palette though, and I'm excited to use it some more and experiment with it and, you know, see what kind of looks I can come up with. So I don't regret buying it. I was just a little thrown off by the formula of this one. Last but not least is a doozy of a purchase. So Natasha Denona had a crazy awesome sale around Black Friday where some of her palettes were 50% off. And if you know anything about Natasha Denona, you know her palettes are stupid expensive. And I had yet to buy one of her palettes because of how expensive they were. So when they were 50% off, I grabbed the gold palette. I have been wanting this for probably a little over a year now. It is very beautiful. I think the standout formula in this palette are the mattes, hands down. The shimmers are okay, they're beautiful, but the mattes blend unlike anything I've ever seen. The formula is just so unique. I don't have any other formula quite like it, and I don't regret this purchase. I don't know, I was a little let down by those shimmer shades. I'm someone that really likes my shimmer shades, and, you know, there's a couple of good ones in here, but some of them just fell a little flat for me. I was a little surprised that it wasn't, I don't know, when you're paying that much for an eyeshadow palette, you expect the entire thing to be blowing you away, not just some of it. But it is a beautiful palette. I'm not returning it. I am going to get a lot of use out of it, and I am glad that I bought it. So that wraps up this crazy 4-month haul, basically. Is it a lot of stuff? Yes. Am I crazy? Quite possibly. Thank you guys so much for watching, though. Did you guys see anything that you also picked up over the past few months? If so, let me know down below. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. It does help my channel out tremendously, and I greatly appreciate it. If you like my content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell. That way YouTube will let you know of all my future uploads. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Kiki loves me. He loves his mommy. Hi. What are you doing?